Hi everyone, we're going to be doing Rice Krispie wrappers for our wedding. So this is going to be done in Design Space. To start out this, please know that you don't have to use Design Space for this. I am going to put the measurements, so if you wanted to use something else, you can do that. But to start this out, we are going to use a square in Design Space, and as you can see, I'm circling that. I will try to walk through you with this as much as I can in detail. So with this square, when you start out and you want to put your measurements in, you have to remember to unlock it first. So what I am doing, and I'm circling around it as you can see, to unlock the box. Then I am going to put the height and the width, as you can see me circling that as well. The height for this base square is going to be 5.97. The width is going to be 5.42. Once I enter the height as in 5.97, I click enter, and that just lets the computer know to go ahead and shift that shape into that size. I do it for the height and the width. Once I go to the width, I put in the size I want, press enter, and as you can see, it's changing as soon as I pressed enter after entering those numbers in. Once I enter both the height and the width, what I like it to be, I go ahead and lock the square up again. That just makes sure that the size I put it in, it stays that way. Now again, if you're doing this in Design Space, this next part is important. So what I am going to be doing is coloring the inside of the box. There's a couple different ways you can do this. The way I like to do it is I like to use either the colors that they give you, which I will be showing you in a second. There is a whole array of colors, and then you can even click advance and it'll let you kind of select and move around the dot to pick whatever color you want to. But again, with this, if you do not change it and it automatically defaults to like this gray color, dark gray, when you go to print what you made, it's going to be gray. So what I am going to do, I usually either keep it white, or I usually end up coloring it one of those colors. Or with another option I like to do is I like to use a background. Now this is going to be rose gold, like a gradient glitter color that I just found on Google. Just typed in rose gold background. This is what it came up with. I do it this way so that it's the exact same size. I want it to be exact same size of my square that I've already made, but I also want to have that, again, gradient effect. So I don't want it to be so squeezed if I decided to put those measurements in from the rose gold background. So what I'm doing, I'm clicking both the square that we just did and the background. I'm making sure that the squares, the rose gold background goes overlapping a little bit from the actual square, so I make sure it hits all sides. Then I select both of them, make sure both are selected. Then I click the slice button. As you can see, it has sliced out part of the background. Now you can do this with so many backgrounds. We've done this plenty of times with a lot of different things, but this is the square base I'm going to be using to make the Rice Krispie wrappers. Alright, so for the next, we're going to be doing the side panels. So I'm going to go to Shapes, click on the square. These measurements have to be for the height of 5.97, the width being 0.91. Now make sure again that you unlock the square, put in those measurements, height again 5.97, enter, width 0.91, enter. Once I go ahead and put both those numbers in, click enter for each one. I'll go ahead and lock it again and then select a different color for this bar. Now I am not going to be using the sidebars for this one because I want the whole part of this to be rose gold except for the middle. It's going to be white with another picture, but I am going to show you how to do that. So if you are going to be using the sidebars, what you would have to do is duplicate them so on both sides versus just having to do the same thing. It just makes it easier. So you just click on the square that you want to duplicate, and you click on duplicate. Usually it's on your side bar on your right hand side up at the top. So I went ahead and duplicated that. Again, I'm not going to be using it for this one, so I am going to delete it. But for the next one, square for the middle, I'm going to be using, again, shapes, clicking on the square, and then adding a picture. So for the middle square, those measurements have to be for the height of 2.16, the width of 5.42. Once you put the measurements in, make sure you change the color, which I'm going to be doing white, and make sure you end up locking that box. So for the measurements again for this, it's going to be the height of 2.16 and then the width of 5.42. I will again click enter after putting the height in, click enter after putting the width in, and then I'm going to go ahead and line it up with the middle, and then I'll go ahead and put my picture in. Again, the next step I'm going to be doing is uploading a photo from the pictures we just took recently for our wedding announcement. And so with that, I'm going to go ahead and upload it. I'm going to resize it to fit inside the middle within that box. So as you can see, I'm just uploading our picture. This one I absolutely love. So our photographer did such an amazing job editing these pictures. She was so willing to have us take it wherever the best lighting, the best scenes in the background. I love these photos. So again, I'm just going to be uploading that photo. You can upload whatever you want to. You don't even have to upload a photo if you don't want to. You can just use words. I am going to be resizing it as much as I can, unlocking the box, resizing it again, just to make sure that you can see the picture really well. And just into my liking. Again, it's what you like. So again, with this, I'm going to be unlocking. Then again, make sure you lock it back again if you decide to fix the photo a little bit so it's as big as you want it to be. Now, when I get to the point where I like everything where it's at, I am going to either add some words to it or I'm going to go ahead and get it ready to print. I decided to go ahead and add some text to it. So you see I clicked the letter T. I believe with this one I end up doing Morris family, but I want it to be in rose gold just like the one on the left side. So I put, again, inserting the rose gold gradient effect. I put in which is going on the left side. I went ahead and sliced it again, so I click on the word that I want. I believe I resized it beforehand. Yep, I'm resizing it now. Then I went ahead and dragged it all the way to the rose gold background. Once I got it to the size I wanted it to be, I clicked on both the background and the word and make sure that both of them are clicked and highlighted on the right side at the same time. And I went ahead and sliced that out. This way, again, that it is rose gold. You can, if you wanted to, just change the color if you want it. But I wanted to keep in the theme to make it match because I'm a little extra. Everything has to be a little matchy-match. So, again, as you can see, I have the rose gold the, and I just delete the other the that I don't need. I am going to keep the background because I'm going to put Morris's doing it the same way, again, just typing it in, Morris's, going ahead and make sure I resize it. So as you can see, I'm resizing it beforehand. Once I resize it, make sure both are highlighted, the word and the background, they both have to be overlapping each other. And then you click on slice. Then it literally will slice out that word into your background. Alright, so these are the final tips I would give you when doing these Rice Krispie wrappers. Again, making sure that if you unlock a shape to resize it, that you're locking it. Making sure that you're changing the color of the boxes, because again, if you the color is, it's going to be when you print it out. So you have to make sure you change that. And then again, it's optional to put a picture. You don't have to. You can just put words if you want to. Once you get done doing the whole look that you want, make sure you highlight everything, the whole design, and flatten it. That will make it so that you're able to print and cut. So your Cricut will print it out from your printer, and then once it's printed out, it'll print out with black lines around it, and then you just put it on your mat. The Cricut will do its thing and cut it out. Now I will be doing a next video of what that looks like. I did hand cut it out because it's just a little faster. I usually do not do these with the Cricut as far as cutting it because they take a little bit longer, and I can just do it by hand a lot faster, honestly. I got a lot of them done a lot faster. So again, flatten it. This, if you do not flatten this, it will the way it will print out is literally it'll have the rose gold background, and then it'll print out that small picture, and then it'll try to cut out that square. It's just doing too much. That's just the easiest way I can explain it. If you like this video, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, keep your mind, body, and soul clean.